Howdy folks, welcome to another Marketing Technology Minute. Today we kind of wanted to chat about something Sean's got going on next week. He's going to be heading out to Boston, going to Inbound 2013, which is the largest inbound marketing conference in the nation, in the world maybe?
In the world. It is the world's largest organization of inbound marketers.
Inbound marketers, talking about anything from marketing automation software to whatever it might be. Doing a lot of networking, and it's all put on by HubSpot, which is a marketing automation software that we utilize. And what we want to talk about today specifically is Sean's going out there, and he has a few, maybe some tips, tricks, ideas that you can utilize when you're going to a conference or a networking event.
Absolutely. So networking is one of my favorite things to do, as Spencer, you know. There's a lot of value add in it. Specifically in conferences, there's a few takeaways that I've learned over the years of how to get the most out of it. The first one is, before you're going to a show, you want to somehow let your users or subscribers know that you're going there. So, you know, whether that's a blog or some kind of a post.
A video, maybe?
A video, describing that you're going there. So get that out before you go. That's number one. Number two is, while you're there, have goals. So you go to these conferences, some of them have a lot of information that you're soaking up. Some of them you're networking and getting to know different people. There's a bunch of different goals. So understand what those are and then execute on them.
So other goals that, I mean, you were talking before, maybe whether it be to pick up potential prospects, you know, potential hires. You know, there's a lot of different goals you might have in mind. It might just to soak up new knowledge that you didn't know before on a certain topic that might be at the conference, a certain speaker that you might be wanting to learn about something that you didn't know before. So just, you know, set goals so you have something in mind, so you're not just going in blind, and so you have actual goals in mind to take away from the actual conference or event that you're going to. Which brings us into the next point that I know you really want to talk about, and that's being socially active. Because being socially active at, you know, a conference or networking event is going to get you in the conversation more than, because there's potentially thousands and thousands of people especially at the conference you're going to. I know that. There could be a smaller networking event where there isn't, but it's good to be following. Hashtags is a big thing. One of the biggest things I know that, you know, Sean was talking about was getting in with applications, like certain mobile apps that they might have pertaining exactly to that event.
This specific event has an application, and within it, you're able to see who the attendees are, what the events are, the speakers, and connect with them during, after, and you can follow up. Going back to your goals, if that's one of your goals, to meet new people, all these things integrate. As well as on a social sphere, you probably already have a network of followers, maybe 900, 1,000, whatever it might be. They're not there at the conference with you, but you can pull them into the conference and the conversation, which, you know, helps establish you as a thought leader and, you know, helps diversify the range of the content that you're learning at that particular conference. So absolutely, applications and social are huge when you're going to conferences, or even for smaller networking events. If there's not a designated hashtag or social platform to use, you can still take advantage of it.
Exactly.
And I think that's really, really important when you're going to these events. And then I think the last piece of the puzzle is to follow up. So if you've met certain prospects or, you know, maybe just some people that you have in common with and you want to continue to network with them, you can't just forget about them. You have to somehow connect with them on LinkedIn, send them an email, send them, you know, God forbid, a handwritten thank you letter. We won't go that far. But, you know, make sure that you're following up with them so that you have that constant communication after the event. Because a lot of people, you know, get wrapped up, they get excited about the event, and then they get back home and all the energy is gone or lost, and they get on with their daily lives, their, you know, day-to-day activities, and you forget about it. So don't forget about it. Make sure that you follow up. And to that follow-up, another post-conference or networking blog or video or whatever it might be to summarize to your users what you learned, or your followers what you learned, what you took out of the conference. And that's really the important aspects of what you need to know for a conference.
Sort of full-fledged tips and tricks and sort of, you know, keeping the professionalism level high. So kind of as a quick recap, Sean, let's just go through your kind of, you know, scope of what you want to do. Do preemptive things before you go to conference to let your followers and your community know what you're going to be doing, what you're going to be attending, so they're not blind when you're maybe engaging on social media channels, and they're like, well, what is Sean doing? Where is he at? Why is he talking about #inbound 2013? Keep that alive. Set goals. So you have a goal in mind to do here. You have something, tangible items to figure out or take away from this conference or networking event. Stay active on social media while you're there with potential people you meet and speakers and anybody that's at the conference, as well as engaging your audience outside that you've come that
bring
you
it all
already have.
together.
And then in the end, obviously, the follow-up. Connect with those people you've met. LinkedIn. Hook up with them on different social media channels.
Keep it going.
Keep the conversation going. Don't just end it just because you've left and the conference won't come around until the next year. And I know Sean had another minor detail to this whole thing, but one of the things that Sean has learned after going to many networking events, because he is our master networker here at Synacor.
I do a lot of networking events, and one thing that you'll find when you go to these networking events is there's a certain degree of you get nervous maybe.
Sure.
People need to break out of their shell, and when you're at these events, the first thing that helps you break out of the shell is maybe a beer or a cocktail or something, some spirit of that nature.
Yes.
The problem is you have to understand where your boundaries are.
Right.
Understand your level of intoxication and
limitations.
You're at a professional event, exactly what you said. And you're representing not only yourself, but you're representing your company and your brand, no matter where you are, whether it's across the state, across the country, or in your hometown.
Right.
So enjoy a drink, have fun networking.
Take the edge off.
Talk to as many people as you can, work the room, but be professional and make sure you know where your boundaries are.
Exactly. Well, Sean, good luck next week and have a good time. Meet a lot of people and keep the conversation going. I know we'll be in it over here at Synacor. Hopefully you guys are in it too that are watching out in the YouTube sphere. So.
Yes, absolutely. We'll be on all the social channels, and we actually have a Tumblr for this event, so we'll be able to post that on the YouTube.
Yeah, check out in the comments below, and you'll get to see you can follow along with Sean next week with all the things that he might be tweeting or all his Tumblr feed with his photos and
videos,
insights,
blogs, everything.
All right, well, that's been another Marketing Technology Minute where you can hang out with us every Friday to talk about the latest trends in the marketing technology industry. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys.